Hello, hello, and welcome back to Chord Progression. We're here with Daryl? Yes, Daryl. At this... what did they say? That this was a burrito place? Do you believe that? I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. We crossed the street and successfully trekked to Palos Gordos without incident. We made it there without conversation either. Okay. I really can't think of anything to say to the lion. I just let him lead the way to the restaurant. Now we're here, though, I can at least get the ball rolling by asking about the place. So, what's good here?
Well, they have all the Southwest style type food you'd expect. I'd say go for the burrito or burrito bowl. They prepare the chicken in a variety of ways, so you can pick out what you like.
The worker behind the counter took our orders. When it was our turn in line, Daryl was ahead of me, and I carefully observed the way he ordered and followed suit. I have never been to a restaurant like this before. You start with the plain dish, with a plain dish with rice, bean, and protein. Then you work your way down the counter, progressively adding toppings at each of the stations. A really neat concept. We both complete our orders, paid for our food, and found a booth by one of the windows. I let Daryl lead the way as he was my chaperone in this new Palos Gordos journey. The booth he chose was a considerable distance away from the other patrons. A very nice choice, in my opinion. We parked ourselves at the table on the opposite sides. I unwrap my burrito, and he removes the lid off of his burrito bowl. He also ordered a side of tortilla chips. I lost my place. That's okay. I found it. Maybe. You know how this works. He's using them as a vehicle to carry small bits of his burrito ingredients to his mall. We both take a few bites and sit in silence. The silence is starting to get awkward. This seems to be happening a lot between the two of us. I really wish I could figure out anything to say. In moments like these, my mind just freezes up. I get so stressed about thinking of a topic that it impedes me. That it impedes me from coming up with a good conversation starter. Why do I have to have such lousy social skills? What good am?
So, what exactly did you and April's girlfriend? Where exactly did you and your April's girlfriend live before coming here?
He asked me between bites. He reached in his chip bag for the next one. A little town called Fairview.
Oh, where's that?
A couple hours north of here, just about. It's a bit of a hike. It's a bit of a hick town.
Okay, I never really go up north too often, so I'm not familiar. Were you up in the mountains?
Oh yeah, the house I grew up in was built on the side of a hill. Made things really boring. Couldn't get anywhere without a car.
Yeah, I bet.
I guess he's a city boy and can't relate to my struggles. Maybe I should get confirmation on that assumption. It certainly will keep the conversation rolling. How about you? Have you been in Douglas your whole life?
Born and raised. My brother and I grew up here for my parents. After my parents decided to move away from the capital. At that time, they wanted to get away from the hustle and bustle of the big city. Douglas seemed like it was a perfect choice. It was a cute little quiet town at the time. But 20-some years of urban development later, this place is pretty lively nowadays.
Really? I haven't really had much of a chance to explore it.
Oh yeah, the downtown area has been hopping for the past few years. Lots of cute little local businesses, lots of art and music, plenty to do.
That's nice. It's definitely been a change of pace for me. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, sure. April, Pat, and I can totally make you and April's girlfriend. Take you and April's girlfriend down one night. We can hit some bars or something.
No, wow. Never really hit any bars before. It sounds a little expensive, though. I'm not really sure if this is a hollow gesture or not. Back in Fairview, it was always a common nicety for folks to say, we should hang out sometime, and then never follow through with it. I can take it or leave it. On one paw, if we do follow through, it'd be a fun night with some new acquaintances. On the other hand, I get to save like $70. Fuck it, I might as well say yes. Who knows? It could be worth it. I think it'd be fun. It'd be a fun night for Moria, at the very least. That would make it worthwhile. Yeah, that could be fun. He beams a smile at me. I guess the conversation is going all right so far. What to say next, though? My stress levels have died down now that I'm more comfortable with the lion. It's helping me think more clearly. I can actually conjure some more decision. Yes, wait. Discussion topics. That's not that discussion. You mentioned your brother. Do you have any other siblings?
Nah, just Vin. Unless you count my soon-to-be sister-in-law, Haley?
Haley? How is this pronounced? I hope it's Haley. The widest smile I've seen from him yet envelops his face. But, oh my god. Sorry, I'm gonna take a drink. I was eating a cookie right before recording. So my throat's dry. This was a great decision. Okay. Hope you guys like ASMR. I feel like I say that often enough on the channel. Probably should stop saying shit like that. That's what the streams are for, right?
Oh, but there's also my baby niece, Rhea.
Rhea?
She's 6 months old.
Aw, that's such a pretty name.
Isn't it? I get to see her every day since we're all living under one roof. Mom and Dad wanted them all to move into our house so they could help raise her. Vin and Haley still work, so it just made sense.
In this economy, not surprising. Daryl took a slight pause to chew more of his meal before moving on to the next thing he wanted to say.
Yeah, dude. There's something really nice about that little girl. Here, let me show you.
He reaches into his pocket to pull out his phone. He pulls out his phone's lock screen and shows it to me.
There she is. Isn't she precious?
He continues to impress me with just how much wider his smile gets. He smiles. His smiles were absolutely beaming with pride. On the phone lock screen, I could see a picture of Jubilated? Huh. Daryl with baby Rhea in his lap. She's a precious little lion cub with the sweetest smile I've ever seen on a baby. I genuinely can't decide what's cuter, the lion cub or Uncle Daryl's obsession with his niece. Oh my gosh, you two are so adorable.
Thanks. I tell you what, the day she was born, I looked her in the eyes for the first time. I knew that this little girl was going to be my whole world.
Damn, he's really obsessed. Come to think of it, I didn't even ask him about nieces and nephews. He just brought her up in conversation right away once she became tangentially related to this topic of discussion. It's not a level of obsession that makes me cautious. She's only 6 months old, so I imagine the baby mania is still going strong in his family. That all said, if I had a precious little being like Rhea in my life, I'd probably be obsessed too. No, Babies are horrifying. They're so scary. They're these, like, mangled blobs of flesh that just scream. It's horrifying. Like... Okay. It'd be nice to have a little niece or nephew to take care of. I'd be the best gay uncle. Too bad I don't have any siblings. This is so precious. She looks like such a happy baby.
Yeah, she really is. She's like that all the time.
He sat his phone down, face down on the table.
But anyways, that's enough about me. I didn't mean to dominate the conversation. So, how's your first day going?
Pretty well, actually. I like Chester a lot as a boss. The work's been tough today, but not terrible or unreasonable.
That's cool to hear.
Yeah, you know, you actually helped me out a lot earlier today.
Uh-huh. How?
Well, a customer came in to buy a guitar after you taught me what pedals are and how they work. I was able to upsell him one.
No way! That's awesome! Bleed them for all they're worth. Glad I was helpful.
Yeah, you definitely were. Thanks for that.
Yeah, no problem, I guess.
At this point, I realized Daryl has blazed through his meal. He spoke a lot during our conversation. How the hell did he eat all of that and still manage to talk so much as he did?
How'd you like your burrito, by the way? Good, isn't it?
I hadn't really been paying much attention to the quality of the food. I've just been mindlessly chewing and chatting. I guess that means the quality of the food isn't anything to write home about. I really enjoyed what I was eating, though. This is really nice. The ingredients taste pretty fresh, and there's a lot of flavor.
Right. It's wild to me they keep things this fresh, but still cheap.
I think this is going to be a nice lunchtime staple for me.
Oh, for sure. I'm actually pretty super jealous of you right now. Being so close to Apollos is gonna be awesome for you.
He takes the last few bites.
Man, that absolutely hit the spot. Tip for next time, though. Think about getting the burrito bowl instead of the burrito and a tortilla. The chips are free, and you can dip them in your bowl. Like it's a dip. It's like extra value.
Value, you say? Now you're speaking my language, line man. I sure do like value. I like value as well, you know. Value and card economy. It's just, ooh. You stride into Jocomesso and bounce all your units back to hand and draw 2 cards. It's just, mwah, so much value. I'll keep that in mind for the next time. Daryl disposes of the empty cardboard. Yeah, empty cardboard bowl and plastic lid into the chip bag. He left out his phone and takes a quick glance at the screen.
Well, I think it's time for you to get going. My shift is starting real soon, and I don't want to be late again. Sorry I gotta leave you hanging.
Damn, I was hoping to spend a little more time with this guy. Listening to him ramble about his niece was adorable. Not to mention, this line is quite easy on the eyes. I wouldn't mind looking at him all day. Not sure if he'd ever go for a guy like me, or if he even goes for guys in general. My gaydar isn't really picking up any strong signals from him. Then again, it's not like my gaydar is a finely tuned instrument. I've been known to be oblivious when it comes to stuff like that. Moria likes to poke fun at me from time to time. It's okay. I'll wrap up and head back to the shop. It's probably almost time for me to get back to work anyway.
True. Well, I'll see you around, I guess. I come to the shop often, so you'll see me again at some point.
For sure. Take care, dude. Daryl already scoots himself out of the booth and has to, and has stood up with his trash. Okay.
You too.
Gracious goodness. Goodness gracious. This is one of those hate that you're leaving, but love to see you going type situations. He's got a magnificently plump and wide rear end. Would love a bite of that cake. He discards his waist and walks out the front door. Out of the window, I see him cross the street and get back to his car at a brisk pace. Hopefully, I don't make him too late. He's nice, handsome too, and it's so sweet of him to fawn over his baby niece. But here I am, left alone again. There it is, the sinking feeling, the black hole in my heart. I sat down my unfinished quarter of my burrito. I don't think I want any more. I shouldn't eat any more anyway. Maybe if I weren't so fat, I wouldn't be so lonely. Or maybe if I weren't so bad at conversations, I'd be able to find a nice guy. Why am I like this? No, snap out of it. I still have a whole workday to get through, and then some. I can't wallow in self-pity right now. I need to get back to work. I dispose of my garbage and work my way back to the shop with haste. The more I can focus on work, the less I can focus on this feeling. Okay. I walked back to the shop with little incident, aside from trying to keep the nasty thoughts at bay. I know if I can just keep myself focused on work, it becomes much easier to just shove those negative feelings aside. I don't know if this is the healthiest way to deal with them, but it helps. But it works. I enter through the front door and find April bored at the counter. I guess things have died down. Hey, I'm back. Cool. Go find Pat. He's next for break. I give her a quick nod and go about completing my new task. I can read. I mosey to the dining room to see if I find Pat and Dave behind the counter. Pat's still behind the register. Hey, Pat. Hey, dude. Did you go to Palos? I did. It was good. I never had anything like that before. Really? Palos is a pretty common restaurant chain. How haven't you had it? I mean, my hometown is kind of in the middle of nowhere. Jeez, I didn't know it was that bad. Pat turns to address Dave. I'm getting ramen. I'll be back in a bit. Fucking hipster.
All right, drive safe.
Bye. Pat waves and briskly walks to the kitchen. Dave turns his attention towards me.
Is it busy out there?
Now in the front house? No, not really.
Oh, good. Wanna try operating the register until Pat gets back?
Sure, I'll give it a shot. I get behind the counter, assuming Pat's previous position. There aren't any customers waiting in line right now. Hopefully, I have enough time to familiarize myself with everything. And Dave comes up behind me, putting one paw on my shoulder and bringing his face close to the side of my head, leaving me with little personal space. His free paws operating the touchscreen monitor of the point of service.
So, it's really simple.
He starts poking at the screen to navigate through the user interface.
There's about 15 items on the menu. Just select the items from the index. Tap them multiple times as if the customer needs more than one. Then all your items you select are put in the cart. Click the modify button if you need to make any changes. Just type it out on the keyboard. Just say something like no tomatoes or almond milk. Once all the items and the customer wants are in the cart, hit the cash out button. Then, you swipe their card or take their cash. The register opens either way.
He's speaking very softly, directly into my ear. His volume and proximity are giving me a particular sensation. It's a tingling sort of feeling. A good tingle.
If I got any questions, you just ask me. Okay, buddy?
Yeah, sure, thanks. He gives me a shoulder to squeeze it. He gives my shoulder a tight squeeze.
You're welcome, buddy. You're gonna do great.
Dave returns to his station by the espresso machine in a stovetop. Soon after he left, a few customers approached. One by one, I was able to log their orders and process their payments. The user interface is incredible. As I take orders, several prompts are displayed that simply guide me through the process effortlessly. It's an entirely different software from the point of service on the music store side. It's much more intuitive and bare bones. I guess Chester and Dave both decided it's best to use simpler softwares for the cafe. And Dave completes the order and then assembles the meals in a paper bag or on a tray. He then sets the tray and bag on a countertop and calls out the order number. The customer with the corresponding number then retrieves their meal. His workflow is something to behold. He expertly dances back and forth between a flat-top grill and the espresso machine, completing each customer order with a fluid elegance. Looks like he can handle this all by himself. Doesn't really need Chester or Pat around for this low volume of customers. Speaking of, where is Chester? Wasn't Chester here on one of these stations earlier? Where'd he go? When the business starts to slow down enough for the two of us to catch our breath, I pose the question. Hey, where's Chester?
Oh, he's out not too long after you took your lunch. He'll be back in a few hours.
Is he running an errand or something?
I reckon he might be. For the work days when he both opens and closes, he likes to take a long break in the middle of the day. He'll maybe run a few errands and spend most of the time at the gym.
Makes sense. He needs to maintain those muscles somehow, I guess.
Yep, he's real serious about it. Always wanting to get bigger all the time. Meanwhile, I like my method of getting bigger.
He gives me a devious grin and slaps his plump belly. Not gonna lie, I was slightly aroused by that. Oh my god. A big man confidently owning his size like that. Good lord, that's so fucking hot. A new customer comes by to interrupt my progress of naughty thoughts. Okay. We'll end the part here, everybody. So, hopefully I'll see you around.